What is up, bros and broettes? I'm InkSlasher44, and today is Monday, and on Mondays, we make versus videos. What are versus videos? It's where we put two guns head-to-head to see which one is better, so you know what to use in-game and make you a better Call of Duty player. In this one, we're looking at the AK12 versus the HBRa3, two of probably the most used assault rifles in the game next to the BAL because, well, it's BAL of Duty. And yes, these are both very, very good weapons, but we are going to see today which one is better. So in this series, we start off by giving each of these guns 0 points, and for every stat that is better on each gun, we then give plus 10 points. But let's go ahead and start off by looking at the damage for each of these weapons. So the AK-12 has 33 damage up close, 28 at mid-range, and 24 at long range, giving it a 4 to a 5 bullet kill, which isn't that bad. But then when we look at the HBRa3, we got 40 damage up close, 33 at mid-range, and 24 at long range, being a 3 to a 5 bullet kill. So instead of the 4 to a 5 bullet kill, we're looking at a 3 to a 5 bullet kill. So because of that, the HBRa3 is just a little bit better up close, and because of that, we are going to give the HBRa3 plus 10 points. Next up, we are going to look at the fire rate, and the fire rate is very different for these guns. This is really the only stat on these guns that is very, very different. So the HBRa3 has a starting fire rate of 857 RPM and then slows down to a 625 RPM, whereas the AK-12 has a set fire rate of 750. So every time a bullet comes out of that gun, it's going at 750 RPM, whereas it kind of changes for the HBRa3. Now, I didn't know whether to give this to the HBRa3 or the AK-12, simply because that starting fire rate for the HBRa3 is really, really, really good, especially when this gun is already good up close. But just because of the fact that the AK-12 is always firing at 750 fire rate, and if you average out the HBRa3's fire rate, it's only 741 as opposed to 750, I'm going to have to give it to the AK-12 just because it's a lot more consistent than the HBRa3. So, because of that, we are going to give the AK-12 plus 10 points, but the final stat we are going to look at, yes, the final stat, reason being, between these two weapons, this last stat we are going to look at is the only other stat that is different between these two guns. That is how similar they are. It's ridiculous. So, what we're going to look at here is the range on the weapons, and actually, believe it or not, for both short range to mid-range and mid-range to long range, the ranges are better on the HBRa3, both of them. So the AK-12 has a 400 short to mid-range, whereas the HBRa3 has an 896. By the way, this is in inches. The mid to long range is 1,600 for the AK-12, whereas the HBRa3 is 1,700. So both of which are better, and the damage is better at short and mid-range for the HBRa3, meaning that this weapon gets plus 10 points, winning for the week. And I know this is a really short episode compared to what they normally are. Normally they're 5 or 6 minutes, but these stats are just so freaking similar. The only things we can compare are damage, which the HBRa3 won, fire rate, which the AK-12 won, just barely, by the way, and then on top of that, we looked at range, which the HBRa3 runs. So the HBRa3 comes out on top 20 to 10. It is our winner for this week. It actually is one of my favorite weapons in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like rating. It'd be super greatly appreciated. You guys are so fantastic. You guys left so many likes on the videos on the weekend, and you guys are just fantastic. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, peace out.